Good morning. This is John from the Springs Mennonite Church. It's good to be with you today. I hope you're having a really good week. And I hope you're beginning to get excited about Christmas. I'm going to say some more about that in the next 2 weeks, but for today, I'd like to share a passage from Paul's letter to the Ephesians, chapter 5, and beginning with verse 15 and a couple of verses after that. Paul says this, "So be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, but like those who are wise. Make the most of every opportunity in these days. Don't act thoughtlessly, but understand what the Lord wants you to do. And give thanks to everything to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ." So Paul starts out and he says, be careful how you live. That's good advice. Anybody could say that to someone who's younger and growing up. Maybe even to those of us who are older and think we know more. Be careful how you live. And why? Well, because at least in this country, we have the freedom to do a whole bunch of things that most people in the world don't have. We generally have economic wherewithal in order to engage in things we shouldn't engage in. And I was reading the other day that the deaths from drug overdose have just skyrocketed in the last year. And most of those people, they don't want to die. They just got involved in something they can't handle, and it takes them over, and then they're in real trouble. So deciding to live wisely isn't a decision about big things. It's about each and everyday little things. I know some people who are angry, and you can see it. Their countenance shows it. You can hear it. Their words talk about it. They're angry. Now, they didn't get a full-blown 100% gosh, awful anger at once. They started with little steps. A little anger about this, which led to a little anger about that, which led to a little anger about this other thing. And pretty soon it overwhelms them. I know some people who are, well, let's just put it kindly, they're dishonest. Now, they didn't start out in life saying, I'm going to be a dishonest person. But they were dishonest about something, and maybe they didn't get punished, or maybe they got away with it. So the next time they were dishonest again, and again they got through it or by it, or didn't have any consequences. So they gradually learned how to be dishonest, so much so that it took them over. So when Paul says, be careful how you live. Don't live like fools, live like the wise. And then he says, make the most of every opportunity in these days. He's not talking about making the most economically. I know in our culture that may be one of the first things we think about because money's such a big deal. Now, don't misunderstand me. There's nothing spiritual about being poor. There's nothing spiritual about being rich either. But money allows us to do things that two-thirds of the people in the world would never, ever consider. They don't even dream it. It's just so far beyond their imagination. And some of us do a lot more than others because we have more money than others. And it says here, don't be foolish. Don't look at the wise people, see what they do, and make the most of every opportunity. And when he's talking about that, he means the opportunity to bless somebody else. Giving a blessing. And maybe you're saying, well, what is that? Well, giving an act of kindness or a word of encouragement, that's a blessing. Oh, getting something for someone who needs it but can't afford it, That's generosity. That's a blessing. Telling someone you meet this week that, boy, you're glad to see them. That's that's kindness. That's compassion. Helping someone in need when we don't know much about them. That's doing something great too. You see, what's important here is making the most of every little opportunity that comes your way. And if you think about it and become sensitive to it, you'll find that there are lots of opportunities that come your way, many of which you probably ignore or don't notice. So then Paul goes on to say, give thanks for everything. Give thanks. Well, we just finished Thanksgiving when we're supposed to have, as a nation, taken a day to be thankful for lots of things. I know a lot of people ate turkey or ham, and I know a lot of families got together, but I don't know how thankful they were. I think for a number, Thanksgiving is just another day to stuff ourselves. And there's nothing wrong with enjoying the food. Gosh, I really like Thanksgiving meals, other than the cranberry sauce. I'm not much on that. My kids are, but I'm not. I really like that stuff. I could eat and eat and eat, but sometimes I eat too much. Maybe you do too. But the point here isn't about that. It's about being thankful for everything, little things, big things. I know my neck's been hurting me. I must have pulled a muscle or slept on it wrong or something. A couple of days ago, it was really hurting. And I'm thankful today that it's much better. See, I can move my head reasonably without much feeling. I take for granted the days when my neck doesn't hurt. In fact, it doesn't hurt very often. I can't remember the last time it did. But I'm thankful that it's getting better. That's a little thing. And then to be thankful for an immense healing or a restored relationship or a new baby or a new job opportunity or whatever. Paul says here, be thankful in everything. So I hope that the rest of this week, you will be thankful, that you will watch out for the little things and be always willing to bless somebody, whether you know them or not. Just take the opportunity. I know you're busy, but you're not that busy. And you never know when the person you encounter really needs a touch from God, and you are the one chosen to give it. Well, I hope you think about that. If you have a need or a prayer concern, let us know. We'll do whatever we can as fast as we can to help meet your need. Thanks so much for listening. I'll be back tomorrow. God bless you.